City, home of Pizza Rat, Subway Rat, and Escalator Rat. This is a town of rats, and those rats have to be studied by people with flashlights. One of those people is rodentologist Bobby Corrigan.
I'm an urban rodentologist, so I study just the rodents of cities.
Nobody knows exactly how many rats there are in the city, but it's estimated that there could be millions. And that's great news because the more rats you have, the better. I'm totally kidding, obviously. It's hard to imagine a creature that's more despised than a street rat, but is it really their fault? Rats carry some pretty gnarly diseases like E. coli, Salmonella, and West Nile virus, as well as rat bite fever, which, despite how it sounds, was not an obscure 50s dance craze. In 2014, Columbia University studied rats inside residential buildings in New York and found that they're even grosser than we thought. Their research confirmed that urban rats carried 15 pathogens and 18 viruses that had never been seen before in the city. I went to Chinatown in Manhattan with Bobby to see what's enabling these critters to live their best rat life.
I look for what I call, conducive conditions. I mean, just look at the gutter. Especially by 5, 6 o'clock, this gutter is a complete buffet. Here's a bag of food trash. Where'd it come from? Who knows? Now you can see this litter basket is it's a simple ladder, right up, this in, and then out. And then, a nice rat cave.
So Bobby, what else helps them?
Trains, planes, automobiles, sewer lines, electrical lines, you name it, and this animal's usually taking advantage of it. Any crack or crevice that is a ½ an inch in height and width is easy opportunity for the rat to dark into. Let's not get run over. You'll notice here this big giant gap below this door. A rat would not even have to duck to get into whatever's on the other side of that warm door. It's as simple as putting in a rat strip at the base of a door, which costs all of $85. So it'd be silly not to do that. You know, the word rodent means to gnaw. So anything that's linear, like a wire on an airplane, or a wire on a subway, or the wire that's in your own home, they're going to gnaw on that. And that's a problem.
It's actually a really big problem. Every year in the US, it's estimated that rats cause $19 billion worth of damage.
So how much of our behavior contributes to the success of a city rat? It's a lot.
The amount of solid waste humans generate every year has been steadily rising for decades.
Hello, everyone. Today, it's our group to give a speech. Our team members are Xu Zeqi, Yang Lingxiao, Lu Chenglong, Guo Shengnan, Huang Danni, and Chen Hewen. We are going to talk about a mouse catcher, which was jointly developed and made by our team members. Next, let's introduce this rat trap machine.
Rice faces and iron will contaminated food. Rats like to walk around, especially near the food source, and defect and urinate around the hiding place. That's mainly because the rats occupy the territory and leave safety information to their companions. The mouse body and paws are very dirty, so it's very easy to contaminate food. Second, the mouse itself carries viruses and bacteria that can infect humans. There are more than 35 kinds of rodent diseases, and rodents are host carriers of many viruses, posing a major threat to human life and health. The third, rats eat and destroy crops and affect food production. Rats are also very harmful to crops, especially when crops are harvested. When people do not control rats, the food production will be greatly reduced and the waste will be great. The fourth, the developed fatality of rats is likely to cause rat infestation. The variety of rats is very developed. If people can't control it effectively, it will inevitably cause rat infestation.
Hello everyone, this part is introduce design, product, and explain how the product can solve the problem. People are always looking for a good way to catch rats and control the number of rats. But because lack of effective capture way, we design a new canned mouse trap. Compared with the rat poison, this method is less harmful to the environment and it costs less money compared to the traditional mouse trap. This device can catch rats continuously and automatically. After understanding the living habits of rats, we designed this device. This appearance is a black arrow box. It has an infrared rat sensor on the side in the box, and they also have an anchor-shaped outer cover on the side in the box. When the induction device is triggered, this outer cover will immediately cover the mouse, keeping the mouse in the middle. The purpose of using the arc-shaped outer cover is to increase the shape utilization, so that when the outer cover comes down, it can be tightly attached to the opening, because the rat habits is like to walk on the wall. After this, the mouse will move forward into the mouse cage with a one-way opened door. This process is a complete mouse catch process. Then, when the second rat comes here near this device will repeat this process and achieve to continue capture the mouse.
How to build this specific product. After understanding the basic principles, it is necessary to build this machine. The process of building this machine is relatively smooth because the structure of our machine is not so complicated. The requirements for the production site are not hard, as long as we have a machine tool that can cut in place. The basic materials needed by this machine are a plate, infrared sensor, a simple pneumatic lifting device, a circuit board, a socket, and a cage. These materials are also relatively easy to find. The pneumatic lifting is the most critical part of the whole machine, and its function is to automatically lift the mouse after catching it, so as to achieve the effort of continuous catching. Circuit board is not small in size, but also can improve efficiency and reduce cost. It and socket ensures the normal operation of the whole machine, and the cage is the place where the mouse stays after being caught. Therefore, the whole machine is convenient to install and use.
The cost of a root catching project is very minimal because it is a product without needing some real resources and fixed equipment. It's only made by some iron and electric wires. Besides, if the company could put the product into produce, the reed factory could make the product into the volume production, and the real resources could be bank purchased. The cost could be more, and in the future, if it's possible to find more cheap resources, people will replace it as soon as possible, which could reduce the cost also. When making this machine, people may meet a problem which is very hard to handle. The problem is that how to place the infrared induction system. The location of the infrared induction system will influence the success of catching moths. Because of the moth has its own length, not every moth has the same length. Some may longer, some may short. So if the infrared induction system not located in the right area, the machine could not be found the location of the mouse exactly. So after some experiment, the infrared induction system is setting on the first of the length of the machine, and in this location, the machine could be ensure that the mouse could be catch when the overflow.
The prototype image of our project is a rat trap, which uses the technique of trapping, where our rat trap machine takes advantage of the rat's tendency to walk close to the wall, which is more effective in this area when there is no shortage of food. After a series of experiments and adjustments, a mousetrap was finally born. Our machine is efficient, but also cost-saving, given that in the general environment, there are still many areas where people are affected by rats. This device could be a very effective way to avoid that. Here's a real video of us using this device to capture a mouse.